Alright, so our recap from session 2. So after the fight, our band headed to the Fae and the Fiddle for the night for a much needed nap. But for one of them, sleep did not bring much rest. Kargath, our Goliath fighter, had a nightmare. He didn't like it. And after this happened, Kargath decided to get up early and wait out the rest of the morning and wait for food. He had to wait a while. After, he was also introduced to Luca, the owner of the Fae and the Fiddle and Elric's sister. She brought him some breakfast, a lot of breakfast, and while he was eating it, both Elric and Clark finally woke up and came down for breakfast. Ned decided to sleep in. After the morning pleasantries were over, a female black tabaxi came in and told Elric that he had been chosen and to take her hand. He was a little snarky towards her, but he did in the end take her hand. And then he was teleported somewhere else. And when he was teleported back to the inn, the tabaxi left, leaving them all staring at each other. He was gone for probably a good half hour. Luca also handed Elric a journal and a ring that used to belong to his grandmother. After that, they all decided to go to the Boggy Bakery and see Abigail Arcane. This was something that they will remember for the rest of their lives. Upon entering the bakery and closing the door, they found themselves in a swamp, a very large and smelly swamp. They followed the path for what seemed to them hours, until they came upon a semi-small house on stilts at the edge of some water. They had also been something around the swamp that was covered in vegetation. But then they met Abigail the hag. After some initial questions about the rune that they found out that she was indeed a baker, and she gave them a bag full of stuff to help them on their journey. She also told Kargath not to handle the rune without some sort of magical protection. So she covered it up for him, and he put it in his satchel. She also gave them a satchel of refreshment, which keeps anything that puts inside of it fresh forever. And she also told them that if she has any more information about the rune, she will get back to them. Once they were back through her door, they found themselves back in Marzel again, not even having to go through the swamp. After that, the party was a little on edge, so they went back to the inn to see if Ned had stirred. He had not. Guess he needed a longer nap. So after giving Lois some of the sweet buns that they got, Clark, Elric, and Kargath decided to go find the Lady Tandrin again and go over the day. It was then that they noticed that there was a lot of movement up in the north end of Marzel, where the night before the fight was at the theater, and decided to go see what was going on. They found that the Lady Tandrin had filled in the amphitheater overnight and decided to construct a somewhat larger one above ground. She's basically building a large coliseum with another amphitheater inside of it. She also pretty much told them that their next best thing to do would be to hit up the Moon Keep and go to the university there for more information. They also decided to help her start building her construction since it was too far in the day to go out. So Kargath grabbed a shovel, Elric went to read his grandmother's journal, and Clark took out his lute and began to play a tune, and then he was given a vision, and then the session ended. And that is where we're going to pick up. You guys are still in the middle of helping out, doing what you can. And what is on Clark's mind?
That is a good question. After the vision, he's a little bit confused, but still wants to keep going to inspire everybody to get the work done as quickly as possible. So that is foremost on his mind.
Perfect. So you're just going to still continue to play for everybody, trying to cheer them up for the task ahead. Perfect. What is our lovely brownie Alric doing? What are you trying to figure out at the moment? Are you going to be staring still at the journal trying to read it, or are you going to plan to do anything else?
I shall continue to stare at the journal and wait until someone else has decided they're ready to depart.
Okay. And Kargath, our Goliath, what are your thoughts going through your head as you just continue to shovel topsoil for the Lady Tandrin?
I will probably be thinking about that nightmare. What it means. Who the mysterious figure is, and trying to work out who you can talk to about it. As he doesn't know very many people as of yet, so he'll keep it to himself. And yeah, he'll just keep digging until we decide to move on, I think.
Okay, perfect. So all three of you have lots of thoughts, but no real answers for them. So it's getting...
Oh.
You guys got there later in the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock, I believe. We'll go with that. You pretty much just continue to what you're doing until later on in the evening, so pushing 6 o'clock. So it's probably going to be... You're going to tell that the Lady Tandrin's going to be working most people who don't need sleep around the clock. You will also see like a night shift come through, all the people that need to go out for dinner and all that and go home. So it's pretty much going to be a switch crew right about now. You will see probably more treants than you did before. She'll be moving a bit more stone in. You'll see a lot more. Basically, the things you rather don't need to be around for if you're like small and tiny like two of you guys are. A lot of the big beefy work is going to be done at night. It might be a little loud, but you're far enough from the city, you probably won't hear a lot of it. So if you guys wanted to head back to the Fae and the Fiddle for dinner, that's probably your best bet.
Okay.
So that'll take you guys about a half hour to go from where you are to the Fae and the Fiddle if you want to find each other on the field and talk all the way you're there.
Yeah. I will. I don't know whether Clark's walking, flying, or what he's doing, but I will try and engage him in conversation. Just ask him how he came to play so well his instruments, and just see what he has to say. Trying to get to know people a little better, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will do that.
Well,
Trying to, yeah.
Okay, Clark will actually, once Kargath starts talking to him, he'll actually fly up, kind of eye level.
Yeah.
So that way, Kargath doesn't get a crick in his neck,
Yep.
And after he asks that question, he will. I decided to go on a bit of an adventure when I was younger. And My mother, she said, no, you shouldn't. It's kind of dangerous out there. I ignored her, being the young teenager I was. And soon after I left is when the explosion happened. I happened to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no way to find my way home. And that is actually when I met Lois. I was kind of just sitting in the middle of nowhere singing, and she showed up and kind of enjoyed what I was doing. And I explained I was lost and couldn't find my way. And then she took me under her wing and brought me to
Allmark.
Thank you. I was just loading my
okay.
my backstory. And that is where I learned to play. I decided to spread the good word and all the and give hope after the explosion to people that did not have any. And that is with the tutelage of Lois and the other artisans. That is exactly how I came to be a bard.
Yes, a very noble pursuit it is too. Yes.
I didn't want people to feel lost like I did. So giving them inspiration and a path to happiness is something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah. And what is more noble than doing something you love in helping others?
And
so, yes.
As I finish up, I put my wing on his shoulder, and I am actually going to. Nope. Actually, never mind. I'm going to hold off. Never mind.
No problem.
So I will ask another question. So, what's your favourite instrument to play?
And in this case, he lands down by his ankle, and you see him from seemingly nowhere pull a lute out that is about as big as he is. And say, "This is my instrument." And he does a chord, and you actually can kind of see the chord notes kind of just float up into the air. The loot is something I found out my ancestors tend to enjoy. This particular one is it's a special one, and I'll just leave it at that. And he puts it away, and it seemingly disappears.
And then, yeah, Kargath will go silent and just keep on walking. We just, yeah.
Perfect. Is Alric going to say anything on his trip back to your house while you're in?
Probably not. He's going to be noses deep in the book to the point of tripping over stones as he walks.
Gotcha. Alright. So after the 35, you're really not in a hurry this time to get back there as other times, so you'll probably enjoy the walk a little bit better, and you're slowly getting to know the city a little bit more after day 2, so you're not going to have to rely on Elric to find your way back to the inn. While you're there, you will still notice a lot more guards out. This city is pretty much getting over the events that happened at the fountain a day and a half ago. Some people will still recognize the three of you and give you sideways glances. For the most part, you're going to see like hawkers and whatnot. This is dinner time, so people are coming in and going out. You will still pretty much see that Marzel, once it slowly starts to get dark, because this is going to be one of your better times of actually seeing the place at night. Because last time you woke up when it was midnight. And the change from light to dark takes longer than normal. Mainly because it's a nice day out. The other 2 moons are bright in the sky. Everything's bright in the sky. So you don't really need a lot of lighting in this town. Most of the lighting you're going to notice are magical torches, just tiny little fairies and pixies floating around, and the odd, for some reason, will-o-wisp just floating on by that's somehow been domesticated. Somehow. So by the time you hit the Fae and the Fiddle, it is packed. As always, it is dinner time. Your sister, Luca, does put on a good spread. You will notice when you get up near the front that Lois's Vardo is still parked kind of on the side of the inn. And she is outside just tending to the Vardo, and she's got it wide open, and she's selling some of her wares. Clark, you would know she builds most of her stuff. Also, being a good musician, she is a talented crafter of musical instruments. And she's out selling some. She'll see you guys walking and go, "It's about time you guys showed up. That's been a long day for you. What's up north? A lot of people coming in and out.
Soon to be an amphitheatre.
Another one?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, currently it's a great big pit.
Like how big?
Yeah.
And I just put my arms as wide as they go.
So a foot for
And
you.
I'll go, yeah, bigger than that.
Well, this city is weird. Alright, as long as everything's okay and nothing attacked you this time, that's the important part. Ned's not here. He woke up just about an hour after you guys left. One of his fellow warriors from Ulmark came. Apparently Ulmark's taking on water. Somehow the ocean is rising quick over there. And the Lady Tandrin has offered to house them all here. I'm wondering if that's why she's building that thing out there. But anyway, he has been conscripted to help out. And he left maybe 20 minutes ago. You just missed him.
Oh, we didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
Well, I hope all goes well for him.
I have a feeling he's
Hopefully
probably
we'll-
going to be in and out here because he's going to be helping move everybody. So you'll probably, I'm hoping to see him again, but yep, unfortunate.
Hmm.
But if you guys
Hey.
are hungry, yep, sorry.
Lois, have you ever seen this? Clark takes out his lute, strums it, and everybody still sees those notes. Have you ever seen this happen with a lute before?
Can I see that for a sec?
Sure, and he hands it to her.
You will see her tune it a little and start strumming it. And it starts to do it for her also. She's going to play like a, not a sad tune, but not a happy one. And you will see, she's not going to sing, but the song itself is going to start to perform in the air, about like 5 feet above her head. And you'll see just a tiny little outline of her as a child and her parents. And then she stops playing. Well, now, I didn't expect this. Something's, you've unlocked something in this loot. How'd that happen?
Well, I was playing at the new amphitheater.
He was playing for others.
Yep.
He's good at that.
He was definitely
And-
playing to help us keep going. Because we're all busy.
And as I did, it was kind of strange. All of a sudden, it was in the Feywild. And sitting on a log happened to be my great-grandfather. And we started playing together. And then as we finished, all of a sudden, I was back playing for the crowd at the new amphitheater, and that started to happen.
That's twice in 2 days something's taken over your mind.
Should we be worried?
I don't think so.
They haven't been bad things. If they start being bad things, I think that's when we start to worry. Yeah.
Yeah, as long
There's
as
not a good track record with your dream and now the.
Yeah, that is definitely weird. Okay, well, as long as you're okay. Yeah, that's a neat gift. Looks like it's got almost like an illusion magic on it that plays what you play basically. That's actually could make you a lot of money. Well, now, why don't you guys go inside? I will close up shop here in a bit and meet you inside, and we will plan out the rest of the day. I think with Ned leaving, I don't like leaving you three alone. I think I'm going to tag along.
I mean, what kind of trouble could we get up to?
That's the problem.
Sorry, I just had to ask it.
Yeah, I know. There's been some weird stuff around you three. And if you three by chance go rigid and stiff and something takes you over again, I think I'd like to be there for it.
Yeah, probably sounds like a good idea.
Anyway, you guys look like you at least are covered in dirt. I think you should go wash and change.
Sounds like a plan, because I've certainly got an appetite.
Suddenly?
When don't you have an appetite?
Sorry, what was that?
Suddenly?
When don't you have an appetite? No.
That's a good question. When I'm asleep. I will go in, get cleaned up, and come back down.
Okay. Well, as you guys go into the Fae and the Fiddle, Luca will probably not see you because she's busy. You will see the place is fairly packed. There's probably a good 60 or 70 people eating currently and a couple other people waiting for their food. The kitchen is busy. When you look around, you will see all sorts of people and places in here, things in here. You'll see probably a couple more extra black cats other than tails in there. If you looked up in the rafters, you'll see like the odd any like avian creature, the odd like not giant owl, but some owls up there. A couple familiars of some wizards and stuff that are in the actual inn eating. So it is a very busy, smoky, entertaining place. So did you guys want to get a table and eat or go to your rooms first?
I will want to eat.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're going to clean yourself off and then come down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Did you want a table or are you going to sit at the bar?
I think I will sit at the bar.
Okay.
Muscle myself to the front. Prime spot. So yeah, I'll just watch everybody as I'm eating.
Okay. Anyone else going to clean first, or are you going to wait for food?
I'll probably wait for food as well. I haven't done any work.
Okay.
I think Clark will go join his fellow owls in the rafters and just people watch for a bit.
Okay. Well, it probably takes you're pushing close to 7:30ish by the time Luca finally notices that you guys are there. She will nod at Kargath and just say food, and before you even answer, she's just going to run to the kitchen. This place is good. It's not like a drunken bar, so most of these people are more polite and just they're here for a good time, and they do know the food is good. So by the time, it's probably a good 20 minutes before you get your food, so it's slowly getting dark and later out. And by now, Lois has came inside, and you'll see that she's got a couple instruments in her hand, and she's just going to go near to the back and just start playing a tune for everybody, just to help liven the mood up. And Luca's going to finally come around and go, well, how'd your day go? I have maybe 5 minutes, so you got about 5 minutes before gotta go.
Busy. Sum up.
Productive.
We met Abigail Arcane.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How that?
And interesting. She, this rune, she recommended that I don't physically touch it, and when I want to touch it, make sure there is a magical ward around me. So that was interesting.
Did you actually bring it out? Or did you just keep it on you?
I will just keep it on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. After hearing that, I don't think it would be wise to put it out, one, without some form of protection, and two, with loads of people.
Okay.
Not knowing what's going to happen. And she said if she learns any more information, she'll let us know. But she wasn't sure. But all she knows is it's quite powerful. And then, we ended up, went to catch up with Lady Tandril, and we ended up, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I did. Ulrich here just had his nose buried in that book, and Clark was just encouraging us with songs, so yeah. And I have to say, may I compliment the chef on this wonderful food?
I will let him know. He will be happy.
And I'll take a sip of my drink. So yeah, I have to say, the Bolly Bakery is a unique experience, isn't it?
I've heard tales.
You've never been?
Oh no. I'm pretty much self-sufficient here. I don't really need... I can bake my own stuff.
Well, all I will say is, if you ever get the chance, then I would say go for a visit. Unique clientele, unique owner in a unique location, but the food is absolutely delicious.
I might just have to say hi then.
So did any of the bakery products go in the satchel? They did, didn't they?
Everything went in there except the sticky buns that you gave to Lois.
Yes. So I will pull out a product. Yeah,
it was pretty much a couple loaves of bread and just some travel stuff for the most part.
Yeah, just a little light snack from the satchel.
Mm-hmm.
Here, try this.
And
I'll give her something from the satchel. Well, I'll let you make judgment on it.
I'm going to say it's like a couple of cookies.
Yeah.
She will nibble on a corner and go,
Yeah.
Huh. I'm going to have to see if the cook can replicate this. This is good. These might sell. Huh. And she's going to bellow for... Where did I put it?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to yell for Cedric. Cedric is her cook. Alric, you would know the cook. Cedric is going to come out. Cedric is about a 9.5-foot tall troll. He is in a very, very dirty apron. Chef's hat. He's a big bastard. He's probably pushing 350 pounds. And he's got a rolling pin in one hand. And he just comes out and goes, "What? I'm busy." And she's going to hand him a cookie, and it's going to like take up like a quarter of his hand.
A little bit, yeah.
He's going to shove it in his mouth and go, Abigail. Yeah, what? And Luca's just going to look at him, shake her head, and go, "Can you replicate it?" And Cedric will go, "Give me time." And then just go back to the kitchen.
Nice.
Well, if that was it, I am going to be busy for... She's just going to take a look around, do a head count, and go, a while.
Well,
I heard about Ned. Sorry. But I assume
Yeah.
we're going to see him here and there again. I have been told to keep a room open for him, so he will always have a room here
that's a
that
shame.
you guys can use also. This way I only need to keep one room open.
So I will, as Luca heads off, I will turn to Alric and just say, "So, what are we planning on doing?" I'm assuming Alric has still got his nose buried in the journal or the book.
Yeah, I'll look up. Oh. Well, yeah, we could set off. Was it Moonkeep?
Moonkeep, yeah.
She wanted us to go to. Yeah, we could set off there, like, I don't know, tomorrow. Or have another day around town. Because we still have some of them tokens for. Yeah, the tokens we were given.
Yeah, you got 2 left.
What were the tokens for again?
They basically allow you to walk into a shop and ask for anything you need, and you give the owner the coin.
Okay. I think I will. Clark's still up in the rafters, so I will call up to Clark and see if he'd want to come and have a chat with us.
Well, Clark
So we can all
will.
plan together.
Yeah, Clark will lie down and he'll perch on the table close to, like in between you
Yeah.
guys.
So we. So what are you thinking, Clark? What do you want to do?
I think we should do what has been suggested and head to Moonkeep and see what we can find out about all this shenanigans.
Yeah. Yes, I think you're very, very right. I think we need more information because we've got more questions than answers at the moment. So I think we need to head to the Moonkeep,
And the moon,
which I have no idea.
you'd know. You would have passed it on your way here. You would have skirted around the outside of it. It's about a 3-day, 2.5 to 3 day travel from here. And halfway, just before, almost halfway through, there is a small little way station that's got like a small inn and stuff just to stay at for the night.
Yeah, I say we bed down for the night tonight and head out first thing tomorrow.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So it'd be pushing by the time around 8 o'clock now. Did you want to do anything else for the rest of the night, or just move on till morning?
Move until morning.
Agreed.
Okay. So.
Might have
Yep.
an hour brainstorming session with the book.
Okay.
Probably knock myself out tired trying to figure it out, and then
For the most part, after reading it, you'd probably have a good 3 to 4 hours into it by now. You will pretty much start to learn a little bit of her way of handwriting. It is in an old, like Sylvan dialect almost, but it is more. It's a lot of word descriptions for martial art moves. So you're going to get things like spinning crane kicks, stuff like that, and you'll see arrows and like a hand-drawn foot, so it's got to be in a certain position, so stuff like that. So you're learning some old school type moves that your grandmother pretty much came up for her own style of martial arts.
nice.
So your night goes uneventful for the first time in a while for you guys. Nothing major happens. You actually get a good sleep. So you didn't take any damage or anything, so you get full rest anyway. What time of the morning did you want to wake up? Are you going to be up early, or are you going to sleep in?
Just generally, I think as a character, I'd be up early.
Okay.
One, because I think you still get used to the amount of people, so that early morning quietness he just want to sit in the silence, be the first down for breakfast.
Okay.
And
you're
he's not averse to being in large crowds of people, but he just, with where he's come from at the lookout, there's not as many people as there are here. So
yeah, your morning
I
routine's
think
a little foobarred right now. You're used to waking up and stoking the forge and whatnot.
Yeah, with some form of food in my hand. But yeah.
Okay.
So I'm down for breakfast quite early.
Okay.
He's still thinking about. Well, I could just imagine he's still thinking about the nightmare, and he's just, like I say, he's just wondering who he can talk to about it.
Yeah. Since you're down there early, you will also notice that Lois is up early. She's going to be down there, and she's going to be just helping kind of open the area for breakfast and whatnot. So she's just like washing tables, making everything's right, and just getting the place nice and tidy for the morning.
I will just sit there waiting patiently for some food.
Okay. It'll probably be sorry.
Yeah. And he's just thinking about what he wants to ask Lois before he asks it.
Okay.
You know, like when people go to ask a question but then stop themselves.
Okay. Anyone else getting up early, or are you going to wait for like 6, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, I think Clark will arise early and head down as well.
Okay.
And
you will see Lois then. Once the two of you are down there, she'll just look, smile, wave, and go, "Coffee or ale?"
Coffee, please.
And Clark will say, "Yes, please."
Okay. Or tea. I can do tea. All right. She's just going to walk away and come back in a couple of minutes, and she'll just have a tray of like a small coffee pot, a small teapot, and a small ale pot, and just a bunch of cups and tankards there, and say, "Take what you need." And she's just going to look at You can go food.
Just keep it,
Okay.
please.
All right. I'll see if there's anybody in the kitchen. So she's just gonna go off and she's just making herself at home.
I'll turn around to Clark and say, well, I'll be glad to get out of the city. Not really a city person, me. So
I can tolerate it, but I know what you mean. I would rather be out in the country.
yeah. To be honest, I was just where I come from at the lookout is just you see the same people, whether it's traders or the people you work with, the people you know, over and over again. So just catching the stares from people around here is a bit weird. I don't know how many people, whether they've seen a Goliath before, but I do get some very strange looks.
Well, it doesn't help that you being as big as you are, and Ulrich and myself being as tiny as we are. It would
Yeah,
be kind of a mismatched group, shall we say?
I guess they could. Yeah, I can see that. Like I say, I have to remember to look down every so often. So,
Yes, please.
yes. Well, you can always perch on my head if you like.
Well, Clark will fly up and actually just perch on his shoulder and say, "Oh, thank you. It is a little safer up here."
Yes. So, if ever you feel the need, just do so. At least we're talking eye to eye now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in this, since you kept saying that you don't like big cities, what made you join this crazy adventure?
Well, I was actually chosen to represent the lookout for the celebrations. Yeah, I don't know quite why, but like I say, it's one of my few forays into one of the big cities. But yeah, I was chosen to represent the lookout by I want to say the leader, and I can't remember the name of the leader.
For the lookout?
Yeah, the lookout.
I didn't have that open.
Sorry.
Oron Beerland.
Yes.
I will type that out.
So yeah, I've been learning about runes. And working the forge. So yeah. So here I am.
Well, I am glad that you have not chosen to shy away from this big city.
Well, I could not refuse such an honour. If I'm being totally honest, I would have. If I'd refused, I would have been disgraced.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so good.
No. But I felt it was time for a change as well. Waking up, firing up the forges. Hammering at metal. Watching traders come and go. I was starting to feel a little bit restless, if I'm honest with you.
So it was fortuitous that you were chosen to be the representative.
Yes, I would say that's a very good way to describe it. So, yes.
It's probably by now that Alric is waking up and mosey on down the stairs.
Ah, here he comes.
Morning.
Good morning. Breakfast?
Please. I got the massive bags under my eyes of someone who stayed up all night.
Coffee?
Oh, please.
I will, yeah. So, what? How big is a large cup of coffee for you?
It'd be like an espresso cup.
Yeah, it's like slightly bigger than espresso.
Were you up all night?
Trying to make head or tails of this book. No, put it on the table and pick up the coffee.
And you
No
also
luck
would've-
then, I take it.
You also would have noticed last night for the first time, once you put the ring on, that your 4 hours of sleep was enough for you. Because that was a ring of Elvenkind that you got. So you only need 4 hours of sleep.
Well, got some coffee.
So, what is this book that has your attention so much, Elric?
It's the diary or journal of my great grandmother.
Just your
Or was it
grandmother.
great grandmother?
Nope, just grandmother.
And I'll flick over the first few pages, grandmother. Yeah, she's very insistent on using codes. Nothing is plainly written.
So, have you figured out what some of it contains?
Yeah, a bit. So far, it's just been. I think there's stretches. And I'll sort of attempt to perform one of the kicks she described, but like a lot slower, sort of Tai Chi almost.
Was your grandmother happen to be a monk?
I guess so. It's with my sister and parents. I assume she must have been.
Well, so how far have you gotten into the journal?
Oh, about halfway.
After
Again,
all this time?
I've had to skip most of it. Try and understand it.
Oh, that could be something else we may research at the, as well as the information we need for our little kerfuffle here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Around now, Lois is going to see you guys talking and walk up and go, so, what's the plan for today?
We're going on a journey.
We're going on a journey. Where are we going?
I'll look at the others and say, I believe the moon keep.
Oh. I've always wanted to go there. Anything specific we're looking for?
Information, I think.
Well, are we going to take the Vardo, or do you guys want to just grab a cart? I believe your Kargath, I believe we have your warhorse that you came in on in the stables here. I got my horse that we brought in with the Vardo, but don't know if we should take that or if we should just... It'd be a little slower, but up to you guys. It'd be somewhere to sleep in.
Well, I think the Vardo sounds good to me.
Vardo it is. I will go get it ready. It'll take me about half hour. Shorter if you help. It's easier to
I
saddle
will
with two
go.
people.
I will just finish my last mouthful and wipe my face with a napkin, finish my coffee, and get up and go and help her.
Okay. Then who has the sending stone that Chester gave you?
That is a good question because I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Did Ned have it?
I think it was Clark.
I
Was
think
it me?
I think it was you also. Yeah. If
Okay.
memory serves.
Then Clark has it.
You're going to hear a little beeping coming from it.
All right, and as he does that, as he hears that, he will take it out of his pack and say, "Hello."
No, good morning. What are you guys doing today? Do you know? Did you make a plan?
Plan is to go to the Moonkeep and do a little research on why everything is going crazy.
Good, I can sleep in. Call me when you're there.
Okay.
Rude.
And you'll just hear some random snoring start again. He forgot to, unchannel the magic, so you're going to hear snoring for a bit.
Ugh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Clark will shove it to the very bottom of his pack and
Okay.
in hopes of stifling the snoring a little bit.
Okay. Are you guys going to say goodbye to Luca or just head out?
Probably say goodbye because it'd be rude not to.
Okay.
Well, I would. Don't know about it. Can't speak for the others.
By now, she's slowly waking up. You'd see her slowly make her way down, take a look around. Notice that Lois has done most of her opening and job for her. She's just going to nod to you guys and go, "Do you need anything before you go?"
Nope.
Okay, have fun. Try not to piss anybody off.
wish I could promise that, but some people are so sensitive.
You also notice Tails is behind her, and Alric, in your mind, you're going to hear, "Don't do anything stupid. I need you. We need you."
No promises.
And Cat's just
No one dug up the door.
it's just going to glare at you all the way out.
Why that?
Alright, so you guys get in the Vardo. This will be the first time that two of you really see the inside of the Vardo. It's fairly organized. It's not like a massive Vardo. It's just more. It's big enough for. You wouldn't really fit inside of it, Kargath. You'd be fine up front. Getting inside would take a little bit of maneuvering for you. You're just a little too big for it.
Big enough Alric loan is.
It's more.
Kargath, not so much.
Yeah. So
when he picks up, yeah, he'll probably sleep outside.
Or under it. It is fairly
Or under it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you got your warhorse. It is actually happy that it's actually being taken out. This is the type of animal that you can notice that needs to be ridden a lot.
Yeah.
So the stable hand there will have some food already packed in the Vardo, so you guys won't have to worry about feeding the horses. You're also, once you leave Marzel, you're in a lot of grassland areas, so they can just forage on their own anyway. So yeah, you guys mount up. Lois is going to look back and go, "Before we go, Clark, did you want to go home and see your parents? They have not seen you since the day before you woke up. They might be a little worried, and we haven't actually given any word to them about you." It's only about
Clark gets
6 to 8
Clark
hours
gets-
out of our day, but it's up to you.
Clark gets this kind of confused look on his face, and you can see in his eyes like the should I, shouldn't I, I should, but we're here to help everybody else.
It is
there-
kind of on your way out, but it's just you'd have to go out the west gate instead of the east gate. There is a path to go to the Moonkeep from there. It's basically adding a half a day for you of travel. But you would remember that your mother and brother did come to see you while you were standing still and doing nothing, while you're getting your first vision. But it's up to you.
Clark is going to ask Lois, is there any way to get them word that I am awake and okay?
Yeah, I could have just a runner go. That's easy. Just wasn't too sure if you actually wanted to tell them that you're okay. Now that you've seen them for the first time in a long time. I don't want to push you, just it was an option.
Clark is going to look at Kargath and Ulrich and please just send word if you would, please.
Okay.
I think we should continue on to Moonkeep.
Okay. She'll hop off the Vardo before you leave, run inside, and write a note for Luca to send to the farm. That is easy to do. Did you want to write it yourself, or did you want Lois to just write a quick, "You're good, you're happy, you're okay, you'll get word later"?
Actually, yeah, no. Clark will go in with her and write a quick note saying, I am sorry I cannot do this in person. I am doing well. On my way to Moonkeep to try to stop. Back that up a little. To do some research on how to try to stop this blight upon our land. I will return as soon as I can.
Okay. As you roll up the note and hand it to Luca, Luca is going to reach under the bar, grab like a little strap, attach it to Tails, stick it in there, and Tails is going to deliver it for you. He'll be quicker. As soon as that Tails puts it on, he'll just nod, go out one of the small little cat doors, and scamper off.
And as he starts towards the little cat door, Clark's going to say, "Remember, this is my family.
Yeah,
They're birds as well."
Yep. He knows them well, don't worry. Yeah, he'll just look back at you, give you a quick little nod, and just kind of quickly go. This thing moves quick.
Okay. And then Clark will go back to the Vardo.
Okay. Yeah, above table, these when they dash are like 120 feet per 6 seconds. So he's quick. All right. So once you guys, gonna be going out the east gate. So you're still gonna have to go across the town. So you're still gonna be a good hour because Vardo's pretty big. So you're not gonna be able to go quick. You guys will be leaving probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So on your travels, what did you want to do some talking? Are you going to be reading your book? What do you guys want to do on your trip to the Moonkeep? You're going to be about from here. 30, I'm just trying to measure. You're a full day to get to the way station, and then another day and a half to get to the Moonkeep. So by the end of today, you'll hit the way station.
I think Clark is actually going to sit on top of the Bardo, take out his loot, and do a little practicing with the illusion part of it. And if Kargath and Lois turned around and looked up, they would see, little notes turning into almost a wavy, not quite their illusion as he practices, because that part is so new to him. So it would almost look like, I would say, if any of the movie trope, dream sequence starts, so it got that waviness to it.
Yeah.
And as the day progresses, it starts, not being so wavy, but still almost like looking through, down the road, you see the heat coming off the road and how it does that.
Mm-hmm. If anyone has actually seen, I got this from watching an episode of Futurama where Fry has the saxophone that makes the visions while he plays.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's pretty much
The
that.
sousaphone.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much looks like that for the first few times he plays, or so it's like you can kind of get what he's trying to do, but it's still not that great. But with more practice, it'll get better. But it's pretty much that, but a lute.
Yeah, so I think that's what he would do for the day between Marzell and the way station.
Okay.
I think Kargath will just be. I think with him being in the city for the first time, there's this underlying tension.
Mm-hmm.
All the people, all the situation. Not so much anxiety. He's constantly vigilant for what's going to happen next. But now he's out of the city, he just visibly relaxes. But obviously, it's more comfortable for him to be at the front with Lois, or maybe guiding the Vardo if she'll let him, instead of being cramped inside the Vardo.
Yep.
Yeah,
you'll be on your own horse, so you can go over.
Oh yeah, of course, on my own horse. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's just people see him visibly relax and just appreciate the countryside. He's not. If people talk to him, he'll talk back, kind of thing. But he's not engaging in much conversation.
Okay.
But he's just enjoying the scenery as it goes past more than anything.
Yeah, like your scenery for you guys along the way. You will know that there's a massive lake right in, you guys are going towards a massive lake. It'll be on your right. Leaving Marzell is lots of still forest, because it's pretty much Lady Tandrin's turning that into a miniature, another like Fey refuge type place. So it is really, really many different types of trees and all that. So it's like kind of like turning into the swamp, like at the Boggy Bakery, but it's more nicer than that and smells a lot better. Along your way, there is like farming fields that you're going to be going through to start, so there's a nice just path through there. For the most part, on your right, there's not a lot. It's pretty much open grass. Even off in the distance, going where you guys are going, you will see a massive farm way off in the distance. You might be able to guess that is the Kent family farm. But you guys are going on a different road, so you will still have lots of fields. Slowly you're going to run out of trees. It's pretty much just going to be like barley, wheat, corn, just lots of farmers' fields on your left the entire trip up until the way station. You would have seen this on your way in, but that was for your session 0, so I didn't really explain exactly what you guys are going to be seeing. And it is quite hilly. It's not like a flat road.
Mm-hmm.
So think Scottish Highlands for this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So on your journey, it's going to take almost the entire day for you. You will see lots of other merchants coming and going, like other people on horses riding past you quite quick, messengers and all that. You will see a heavily patrol of elves and centaurs coming up and down, just keeping Marzell safe. The Lady Tandrin, after what happened the other day, has pretty much put guards out everywhere, especially on the roads, and trying to protect as many as she can in her area. So you will be a little slower than normal because of the amount of people on there. You will also notice a lot more of the merchants that are coming in are a little more scared about the trip than they probably would be. They've been also hearing weird things have been happening in certain places. It's not just you. They would have had word that Allmark is taking on water again, so they're just more people are starting to wonder what the heck's going on around here. Did you want to talk to any of the people going by, or are you just going to mind your own business? You're one of the few leaving Marzell. Most are coming to it.
Interesting.
Clark will actually, I think he will flag down, take a break from his practice and flag down one of the guards and ask, how goes it outside the city?
Which part? He's just more in general asking what part. And there's lots of areas around the city.
I'm on this particular path we are on, heading to Moonkeep.
Stick to the road, and you should be fine. Other than that, I would try not to take too much time getting to where you're going. There are strange things going on, and I can't be everywhere at once. Worst comes to worst, try to outrun anything that you don't know what it is. I'll leave it at that. You guys have a great day. And he's just going to go off.
Well, that sounded very ominous.
I will turn and look at the departing guard and say, he expects me to run? And just shrug. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, there's plenty I don't know about.
True.
Very odd.
Alright.
After that little conversation, I think Alric would be a bit more on guard and sort of keep a lookout for things rather than idly sitting by.
Okay.
And I will turn around. Not all the guards usually that up themselves.
Not usually. Oh, the guards, they've got to be a bit like that, but
I guess someone has to be.
Yeah, tensions are kind of on high in Marzell, so Lady Tandrin, you could probably guess from all the other guards that you've seen in Marzell that most of these guys are going to be working full-time for a while with no breaks, especially since the elves can trance and they don't really need to do a lot. They are a little angry of the extra protection that they have to do.
Are they getting paid overtime, though? Where's the union when you need them?
True. This is true. Alright, so are you guys gonna just keep going and stop for the night at the way station? Or are you gonna keep going and sleep on your own under the cart?
Well, is it kind of like? Did you say the way station was an inn? Kind of thing?
It's like a way station, so it'll have an inn for people. It'll have like a general store, a blacksmith. You guys would have seen it on your way through here. It's nothing fancy. It's more like a soldier's way station for resupplying if you lose something or forget something. But it does have everything you need for a night's lodging.
If they've got a bed, I would prefer a bed, but if everybody else wants to camp, then I'm sleeping on the floor.
They would have a bed, yes.
Yeah. I'd prefer to have a bed, personally. I can't speak for everybody else, though.
I think after what the guard said, I think it would behoove us to spend the night at the way station instead of out in the.
Okay.
True.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys get up there, you would have had your own lunch on the way if you wanted to eat. That is... Yeah, so you're pushing 40 miles, so it's getting dark by the time you hit there. On average, it's usually 30 miles a day you can cover, but you guys are going... You probably picked up speed knowing what time it was, so you're probably getting there probably close to 7 o'clock at night. It's not anything fancy. There's like a normal little blacksmith shop that would probably remind you of Home Cargath. It's got a couple little stores. Nothing really here is named except for the tavern itself. It is called the Smiling Orc. And I have a picture of it here for you.
That is a bit of an oxymoron.
It is. This is the tavern at the way station. So when you guys get inside, you will notice that it's pretty much a standard inn run by a family of orcs. As soon as you guys get in there, one of them is going to look at you and go, "How many?
How many what?
How many of you are staying? I'm running out of
Four of us.
rooms. How many rooms do you
Four of
need?
us.
Is that 4 rooms? 2 of you look very small.
Well, how big are the rooms?
I fit.
You fit where?
I fit, so you would fit.
So
Takes a moment to
the
realise,
2 rooms?
2. 2 good. I only have 3 left. Oh, I am Sirath. Sirath. So,
That'll just be for the one night.
1 night, 2 room, food, lodging. 2 gold. Or you work.
2 gold it is then. Excuse me.
Gold work. Who's paying?
Gold one. I will.
Okay. You want food now, or you want to go room first?
Food, I will hand over the gold.
Food. Good. Go to fireplace. You will see bowls, stew, that food. Here's your keys.
Thank
So he's going to hand you your keys and then go about doing other stuff. So once you get into the inn, it's a fairly actually nice and clean inn. There's probably another 30 people in here, mostly merchants, a couple guards, but mostly merchants. Outside you would have seen lots of other carts, some full of stuff. You just pretty much carts covered with like a oiled canvas tarp. Not anything as nice as the Vardo. This is pretty much just a normal run for merchants back and forth. Most of them will just look at you guys over and just nod and ignore you. For the most part, most of these are going to be around here. You'd have, other than the orcs, you'd have the odd half orc, some elves in here, half elves. Quite a few humans, not as many as like in Ulmark. Kind of a mixed crowd in here. You'd see the odd fairy, the odd like fey creature from Marzel here. But for the most part, it caters to mostly orc and just anything that any of the merchants coming up and down, which for the most part are going to be elf. The food itself is probably not as good as Luca can do, but it is a nice lamb stew that will fill the belly. And it's going to have like just a barrel of ale and a bunch of tankards right beside it. It is pretty much a fill your own, so the innkeeper doesn't really have to work too hard.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
All right, and as you guys eat and bed down for the night, we will take our first break.
Brilliant. Bedtime.
Mm-hmm.